Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely from Twin Flame Body. I am a Blu-ray twin flame from Chicago, Illinois, and today I want to talk to you about men in ascension. So, this has to do with the physical level of things that people go through and a class that I have coming up. So, hang on a minute and hear it out because there is a lot to know about this. So, what are we talking about here? We're talking about men going through ascension symptoms, things that you should expect, things that I want to inform you about, and how to, because some of it is just different than what women go through. And I've been doing this since about 2008. That's a really long time to learn and glean the information and notice how things transpire. So it's actually time for some of this for men. Okay, not everything is just physical. There are a lot of metaphysical changes. There are new chakras opening up. You have probably heard that you have 7, you have much more than that. And your life won't be in compartments because things are coming together. And there has been a lot of work that you've done behind the scenes. Now, if you're a man, you probably are aware of some of it and you'll feel it as sort of a gut instinct thing. And yet there is more because the bar is being raised here and ascension is still happening. In fact, I was guided to do this. I was fully guided through it. I have had quite a bit of information. Not only that, I have a male child and he has been going through his ascension. So I have also learned through him, through my guidance, of how to help him and how to make it easier. Everything from the love breakups to puberty to some of the things that also happen to men in their roles, the roles that they've had sometimes in society, the roles that they have had throughout history. So some of those roles are things like being the leader, being the father, being the young lover, being the romantic, being the warrior, and again, being to the lover again, and then being to the warrior again. And boy, are you tired. There's also things to know about where you've been holding connections and where those anchor spots are on your body and why those areas give you trouble sometimes. So some people might consider it their weak spot, but there's not really anything about your essence that is weak. And I'm here to help you with that, to help smooth out the ascension process and find your muse, find your purpose, find your mission. So some of the things that I will be covering are going to be changes to the body in ascension, because there's several, and there are things that you can learn to do to help yourself continue the clearing and upgrading, to actually utilize the downloads that you receive, to be able to clear away fears and hesitations, become more self-confident, to literally become more of yourself by embodying the brand new template of relationship. The brand new template of relationship makes allowances for a much wider latitude of things as you gradually see some stuff, purge, and then begin fresh. And that may sound very easily said like that in 3 steps. Those are the 3 major steps, how it happens, and yet how it plays out is something where only you can customize it. You have to be able to live it. And sometimes it may make you feel very exhausted. You may feel very alone in this or not sure who to talk to. You may have been through some things and it's left you feeling vulnerable. And that is where I come in, because it's always a very friendly group in my classes. I open the floor for questions and answers. There is no question that is too out there for me to be able to provide more information or more direction on it, more focus. Some of the other topics I'm going to cover: relationships, relationships with the opposite sex, relationships with the same gender, with other men, man to man kind of relationships, relationships at work, how to navigate some of that in a new way so that you feel better and it leaves you with a sense of mastery. I'm here to help you with being the master of your domain, and in a good way, just like a benevolent ruler would be. You may have struggled over the past year or 2 years with some of the things that are being said out there. I'm not a proponent of any of the negativity that people like to say. I am fully on board with being positive and in a direction where we're affecting positive change for everybody. Some of the other things, impotence. This is a topic that comes up for people. It's a very touchy subject. It's a very personal subject. And yet I will be talking about it and some things to do to help nurture yourself and proper self-care, because there are new connections that come to you and a new level of love that actually gets you jump started again. And you may be surprised at how delightfully this plays out, how it really gives you the proper surges without some of the tension, without some of the other connotations to it. Who do you feel you've been? Have you had to be the warrior? Do you feel like a warrior? Do you feel like a lover? Do you feel like a romantic? Are you a poet at heart? Are you a musician? Are you an artisan? Do you have a good organizational mind and you're good at other types of businesses? Okay. And yet you're here for your ascension. So, how do you do that? How do you work and still do your ascension? How do you keep functional and responsible and accountable? Because many times that's put into you to, be the man and do this or that. How do you sometimes let go of things in a much easier manner if it feels addictive or it keeps pulling you or it wants to pull you down or it wants to pull you back or it feels like conflict to you and you'd really rather not? So I have some new ways for you to use your new divine connections. And we are not holding space for the feminine, but we are going to have a special intention for the feminine if your other half is female. And if your other half is male, we are going to do a special thing for that also for you so that you can feel and get to the level where this feels so personal and enveloped. What about some of the other topics? Emotional upheavals, emotions that sometimes you can't identify, emotions where it seems to come up very suddenly and abrupt and makes you feel like you're going off track. Emotions where you wonder, is it coming from some other source and not yourself, and what to do about it? Emotions where are you saying to yourself, hey, am I too empathic? Like, do I need to shut this down? Do I need to get cold, freeze up, get frosty? Well, while there may have been times that you've had to do that, there is an actual new way to do things where you can feel and not feel vulnerable. I'm here to help you settle into some up-leveled, upgraded, new patterns for your life so that this is much more comfortable. And many times we get on other topics: inner child, childhood, past lives, the dreamscape, addictions, because sometimes those are not even a physical thing. It's something you keep getting pulled to. We're going to talk about some of the differences between men and women, just so you know the parts of you that have been contributing to this entire overall ascension that we are doing here, because that is what the template of relationship is. It is a template for relating from the 5D level, and you've been a key for that. So if you want to find out more, and wherever you are in your life, if you're young, there's things to know. If you're a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and you might feel yourself as a father, or you've been a father, there are aspects of that that will actually shift for you for the better, that we'll be talking about. So please join. The links are below. And these are the general topics, but we sometimes will, get onto something that helps many people. Look at the link below or check out my website at twinflamebody.com. I hope to see you there. If you have questions, email me. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.